Lots of things make America exceptional, but one is our belief that our rights and freedoms come from God, not man. Not before nor since the Declaration did anyone found a country or government on that simple principle. It's telling that both George Washington's Thanksgiving Proclamation of 1789 and then President Lincoln's slightly more famous 1863 proclamation tell us to give thanks to the Almighty, not a king or president or government. Our collective belief in God those down. When Gallup asked, do you believe in God? 98% said yes in the 60s. Now we're down at 81%. 64% say they are certain God exists. Pastor Ben Lovvorn here, executive pastor at First Baptist Dallas Church. Pastor, it's good to see you. We appreciate it. Why is this sort of a uniquely American thing, and why do we seem to be losing sight of it?
Yeah, that's a great question, Leland. Thank you for having me. As you mentioned, our country was founded based on Christian values. And through the years, we often celebrated Thanksgiving. It was in 1863, at the height of the Civil War, in the midst of that strife, that President Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a national holiday. And he urged our country, pray for the hurting, seek that God would heal the wounds of a divided nation, and thank God for those blessings, recognizing that all good things come from, as he said, the Most High God. And it was clear that Lincoln relied on Scripture in issuing that proclamation. That is a biblical principle that we see throughout Scripture. God said, if my people who are called by my name.
Is there a way to give thanks to a higher being or a higher calling without rooting it deeply in Scripture? For those of us who are more agnostic about a certain religious faith, how do you inspire those people to believe that giving thanks and not being obsessed with Instagram can work without going all the way to church every Sunday?
Yeah, well, I think Lincoln was very pragmatic as well. He realized that you cannot hold bitterness and hatred in your heart. You cannot wrestle with worry and anxiety while you're also thanking a higher being, God, for those blessings that come only from him. And so he knew that to heal the country, to heal the individual heart, you had to go to the Lord in prayer and thank him for those undeserved blessings.
Yeah, believe in something higher than ourselves. I think about tomorrow night, just after this show, will be Harvest, which is the NewsNation documentary about the family farm. Which has sort of is a dying thing. Not sort of, it is a dying thing across America. And so many of us really have no idea what goes into putting the food that we all will enjoy tomorrow night on our table. But I ask you this, is there something about faith, and if you think about faith and farmers, those things tend to go hand in hand, that allow for sacrifice and hard work, that if you just believe in your own Instagram account and social media following doesn't come through?
Yeah, our faith allows us to be part of something bigger than ourselves. The Apostle Paul talked about the hardworking farmer. And a farmer doesn't go to work. A farmer is a farmer. A Christian is a Christian. You're defined by your faith, and that makes you part of a larger kingdom plan, a larger narrative.
Yeah, you make a great point about what Lincoln said, who was not known to necessarily be all that religious himself, perhaps, but the understanding of what was necessary for America to be healed, and what values we need to return to, which perhaps hold true now. Hey, Pastor, it was good to see you. We appreciate the time. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider, and don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.